Hello, everyone. This is Lisa Andrus, Psychic Medium, and this is your weekly reading for August 17th to the 23rd, 2015. And this week, as you can see, I'm using the Angel Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. I got up this morning, I saw a blue deck in my mind, and of all the blue decks that I had, I couldn't figure out which one, and then I looked at this and I was like, okay, perfect. While I was saying what I just said, I heard purge, and there's a lot of purging going on right now, spiritually and otherwise, which means you may be breaking up with friends or breaking up with people or breaking up with bad behavior in your life or just going through your closets and cleaning them out. But right now, it's a time of letting go, which is another way, a better way probably to say purge. Okay? Now, I have shuffled and pre-drawn the deck as usual, and this week we do have a fourth card that wants to come out. So the three bottom cards are the cards for the week, and then the fourth is our overlying theme. So let's see what this week has in store for us. And the Monday, Tuesday card is the Six of Air, and it says, things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, taking a trip. Okay, and what I'm hearing too is 6, so 6 months. You could be taking a trip in 6 months. You could be moving in 6 months, but things are looking up. Maybe it's a new job or some other change in your life that you've wanted. And yes, I even hear romance. But again, back to the theme of the reading that it came up even before we drew cards. It's a time of letting go and knowing that things are never going to be as bad as they were. It's the end of the difficult situations that you've had in the past where it felt excruciating or like the bottom was falling out. And good things are on the horizon. Okay? This is your Wednesday, Thursday card, and it is the Queen of Water. And it says, relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition. Care for yourself and for others. Now, the words at the top of the card are tender-hearted, empathetic, patient, and loving. And those words are applicable if this represents a person. It could be you. It could be another male or female person that is coming into your life to either help you out, or it says relationships going to a new level. So maybe that's a romantic relationship or a business relationship or some other sort of personal relationship. But you have to trust your intuition and trust that the changes that you've been making are good for you. And again, that goes back to what we were talking about. Have you been saying, I don't need to be friends with people like this anymore? Because there's something that I learned about this friend that's a new friend that I no longer like. I've had friends like that before and I don't need another one. You know, things of that nature. They could have been a friend that you've had for a long time, and maybe it's not you always making the decision. Maybe it's the other person, and no matter what sort of relationship that is, I just feel like even if it feels lonely or hurtful, we're moving on to bigger and better things. And to know that everything is going in the right direction, and to trust your intuition, and remember that life is about co-creating with the universe for what is for your greatest and highest good. So that means not forcing when you decide you want something, but rather going slowly. Like if you decide that you want to move long distance, you're not going to, pack up and go tomorrow, most likely. You're going to have to take little baby steps. Maybe that's deciding where you want to live. Or maybe that's by looking to see what kind of jobs or housing is available in the new area. And then little by little, you might have to then sell your house here, move out of your residence. It could take a while before things line up. And so that's just one example of how you co-create with the universe, okay? Now, this is a card for the weekend. And this card is the Page of Air. And if it's a person, it's probably a younger person or somebody that seems like a younger person. And it's logical, honest, impulsive, and curious. And it says challenging information, delays or changes to plan, truth delivered without tact. Okay, so it's interesting how we were just talking in this with this other card, and it seems like things are getting better, but we've also been talking about relationships and that somehow you may find out information that you need to know, but it just may not be exactly what you thought it was. But trust that you hear everything that you're ready to hear. And just know that if there's a delay or change to your plans, it really might be for your greatest and highest good. Just remember that everything is working out for your greatest and highest good, even if something stings. So if a truth hurts. And I just got an image of a pet. If you have a dog that is in heaven, this is a hello from heaven. And if you are thinking about getting a pet or you have a new pet, I just see some pets in your life. But specifically, I really feel like it's a message from dogs and cats. But specifically, I see a dog that it is in heaven that's saying a hello from heaven. Back to the message, though, we have two of the three cards this week, which are the suit of air. And air is really about communication. And so it might be the written word or the spoken word. So if you've been thinking of writing a blog or a book, this might be the time to do so. Or if you're making an important speech, or if you have some truth that you need to speak. This is a sign that communication is really something that's for you. Maybe it's singing. Maybe it's music of some sort or poetry. Just know that things are moving in the right direction, even if there are bumps sometimes. And I just heard new child, that page of air card, that may also mean a child coming into your life. But just know that things are moving in the right direction. And that things really are looking up. Okay, and then this is our overlying bonus card, the overlying theme of the week. And it is the Knight of Water. And it says falling in love or wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions, an invitation to a social event. And if it's a person, it's an emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, and contemplative person. What I really like about this is that it says something about romance, and especially for those of you that have been wondering where your romance is, when you're going to meet a person, it looks like if it's not actually this week, that something is really on the horizon, and you have a lovely person that you may meet, because I really feel that if you've been in an existing relationship and you want it to progress, this is a sign that things might progress. What I think is interesting, too, is that we have the Knight of Water and the Queen of Water there. And to me, that could signify a couple if it's a man and a woman. Again, these cards, even though the Knight seems like it might be male and the Queen seems like it might be female, it doesn't necessarily have to be. But I love that I feel like I'm seeing this spread as a coupling of either romance, friendships, business, and lots of communication around that. And to know things are never going to be as bad as they were again. So even though there's a message that says you're going to get maybe a harsh truth, just remember you're safe. When you have moments where you're thinking to yourself, it's almost like you look for that old familiar worry that you have, and you're looking for something to worry about and there's nothing there. That's because you're safe. You are God's child. You are part of the divine. And you are here on earth to do what you came to do, which right now is not only to help yourself and those that you love, but to help humanity just by being here and by taking guided action steps. And that might be charity work or writing a book or being a lawyer or, whatever it might be that it is that you want to be. And I just heard if there's something you're thinking about going back to school for, even if it seems daunting, will you be here in the 4 or 5 or 8 years when school is over? The answer is probably yes. There are no guarantees. but you're only going to get there, and it goes back to co-creating one step at a time. Listen, this to me looks exciting. If you've wanted romance, it really looks like romance is on the horizon. And I think that's great. I love it when it comes up in these readings because I feel like it doesn't enough, and I can almost feel that there are those of you that really want to know some answers about romance. But again, know that you're beyond difficulty, even if things still seem to hurt. It's because you're empathic. It's because you feel so much. So the hurts now hurt 1,000 times more. But it doesn't mean that it's ever going to be as bad as it was. It seems to me like we're going to meet some new people that are going to be beneficial to our lives. And as I said in the beginning of the reading, we're also purging maybe some relationships, no matter what kind of relationship, that just don't work for us anymore. It feels to me like we're breaking old patterns, and I think that even if that's hard for us, that when we feel guided to do that, it means that better things are on the horizon. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to me each week. I love you all very much. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and or share it. This is Lisa Andrus, Psychic Medium. Have a wonderful week.